Let's just take a moment and settle in. Arrive on your mat, get comfortable, and find your breath. And this morning, the theme I came up with is connection, and the idea of connection and possibility. And I hope that is an invitation to think about all the connection that we have in the world. And so as you sit this morning, taking a moment to just open yourself up to that idea, opening your heart up, opening your mind up. And thinking about yoga as an opportunity to grow things that you'd like more of and let go of things you'd like less of. And so as we dive into our mindful weekend yoga, how does community show up in your life and connection? Where do you have it? All the little pockets. I have spent the week making a lot of connections, diving into connections, having people try to connect with me. It's been a very connection-focused week, and it's fun. And so often we are trained, especially in medicine, to focus on how we don't fit in. We spend a lot of time feeling lonely and not belonging. And so the invitation here is to think about how you are resourced in the opposite. What humans do you connect with in your world on a regular basis? And maybe on a not regular basis? Where are the connections that mean the most to you, that you value the most? Are there connections you might like to grow or celebrate or enjoy? Coming back to your breath, taking in a big, deep breath, filling your chest and growing tall. And a huge exhale, let it out. And we'll bring the hand to heart and another hand atop. Oxytocin is the hormone of connection. Enjoying it circulate around. Noticing, perhaps with your eyes closed, how it feels with oxytocin circulating around. Inviting more connection, being open to connection. Noticing how just the word connection feels in your body. Sending the oxytocin around with big deep breaths. Enjoying your body fill up with the breath. And letting it go. And taking a moment to think about this connection and the possibility that it opens up or invites. Maybe energetically, maybe spiritually, maybe connections get you to travel different spaces and engage with different people and expose you to new things. Connections maybe in other countries or other cities, or something that you go to every year and that community of connection. And if what's coming up is not enough connection, how might you grow it? Or are there connections that you would like to tend to or draw your attention to? And taking a moment also to consider this connection to yourself, to what feels good, what you love. What kind of a connection and relationship do you want to have with yourself? Rather than simply being a bag of cells moving through the world, there is lots of connection and energy inside you and outside you. So taking a moment to enjoy all of those invitations, whatever of them sparks joy, We'll Marie Kondo it a little bit. And where might you like to spark a little bit more joy and open up possibility with the energy of connection? Connection often has laughter and lightness and play and movement. It's sort of the antithesis of stuck and lonely. How might you build it and grow it in your life, in whatever facets feel like they would enjoy more connection? And what possibilities might open up? And as you ponder this, rubbing the top hand on the bottom hand, enjoying the skin to skin, melting a little bit of cortisol, upregulating that parasympathetic nervous system, the open receptive one, the curious one, and enjoying your hand to heart. Sending yourself a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wish. Enjoying another delicious breath, connecting to every little cell in your body, all the way down to your big toe and your pinky toe, through your belly, in the far nether regions of your chest, opening them up. And exhale, let it out. And connect those hands together, creating some energy, rubbing them together, creating some heat, spicing it up a little bit. Bring your thumbs to your sternum and create energy in the connection between your hands and each finger, and between your elbows and between your thumbs to your chest. Sending the energy and connection, wrapping your heart with it, giving it a big hug, and taking in a huge deep breath. Exhale. And perhaps setting your own intention here, your version of the connection, possibility, community, invitation. When you're ready, you can lower your hands and open your eyes and just shake things out. And we'll start right away with our arms out wide. Give yourself a huge hug, squeezing tight. Open up the back body and have a little rock. And lifting your chin up, untangle, and we'll do the opposite side. Squeezing tight, 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 and untangle. Opening your arms up to the sky, lift them up, interlace your fingers, connecting your fingers and your index finger, pointer finger, and have a side shimmy. Inhale and grow tall. Exhale, tip leftward. Root your right hip down, rest your left ear, and enjoy just a stretch, opening yourself up, considering connection and how it occurs in interesting ways in the world today. FaceTime, phone calls in the middle of the night. I don't know, all the different ways of connection. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale the opposite way. I've been connecting with my grandson all the time right now. He's into connecting. And the things that opens up, and the lightness and joy. I would have never thought FaceTime was a playtime with your grandchildren, but it can be. Inhale and stretch. And they think it's a normal way to connect. Exhale, let the breath out your pointer fingers. Coming back to center. Opening up your arms once again, wide, wide, wide. Palms will face forward, and we'll scoop in, gathering in all that goodness, connecting with your back body, and scooping in all the connection you do have in your life. And exhale, open up, let your heart shine forward, opening up 2 more. You might gaze up and pinch your neck a little bit if it works, or feels good. Wiggle your fingers, being light. And once more, scooping in, suck your navel all the way back, open every little microfiber in the back body. Let your head and neck reach forward. Exhale, open up, let your heart shine forward. Bringing chin back to neutral if it's low, if it's not in neutral. And doing a couple of snow angels, opening up your back body, letting the energy and the heat in there. End your fingers at the top, and you'll wiggle them. Drop the right hand, plant your fists, and root that left hip down, bend the right elbow, and stretch as far as you can. Bending, connecting to the floor, connect to the left hip to the floor. Remember to breathe. Huge inhale. Exhale, press into the right hand and cartwheel over to the left side. Bend the elbow, enjoying the flow and the stretch here. Huge breath in. Exhale, we'll cartwheel back to the right side, opening things up, stretching, rooting. Inhale, and once more, over to the other side. Seeing if you can drop into your body and out of your head. Coming back up to neutral with arms wide. We'll come into eagle arms, right elbow under left. Grasp your thumbs, elbows to shoulder height, and take a moment here to invite space in the back of your upper back, in your interscapular space. Connect with your breath here. Connect with being in this moment on your mat, the stretch, whatever is happening inside. Inhale, lift up a smidge. Exhale, curl and round. Bring your elbows into your belly. Fold forward. Drop your head and neck. Perhaps a bit of surrendering to whatever is. And maybe that serendipity of connection. I had a lot of random serendipitous connections this week. Inhale, bringing your elbows back up to neutral and untangle. Press your hands into the sidewall. Stretch your fingers wide. Pinch your scapula, pinch your neck. Give yourself a little massage. Squeeze your fists tight and do a few flicks, just creating energy and heat. And getting rid of any of the crusty patina that might be getting in the way of connection. Relaxing shoulders, and we'll come into eagle arms the opposite way. Left under right, if you followed me last time. Pause here. You might have a peephole, and peeking through that peephole, considering in the peephole ideas and options for connection, or being open to whatever lands around connection. I met the woman who makes the heart necklaces at a storytelling event this week, randomly, and had a lovely conversation. And interestingly, her company is called Collective Hearts, which is about connection and collective and bringing our hearts together. Huge breath in and out. Untangling, and we'll bring our hands out to the side, lower them down, shrug up. Connect your occipital muscles, pressing, squeezing, enjoying all the sensations that happen when you connect things together. And energy is exchanged, which is what connections are about. Letting it melt and pause to enjoy. Enjoying what's happening all the way to the tips of your fingers. Close your eyes and drop into your body here. And breathe. Taking 4 deep breaths here, soaking it in, letting it integrate into the pinky finger, the pinky toes. Connect with your breath. And when that feels complete, you can open your eyes and we'll stretch our legs forward. Move the flesh of your seat without judgment, if there happens to be any. And we'll fold forward, hinge forward, down your thighs to your shins, and allow the energy to move. Letting your heart shine forward, open to this idea of connection, rather than that closed internal posture. Creating room. You might bend your elbows, wiggling toes, connecting to your body and the energy within. And we will slide back up, opening the legs out wide, shift forward onto your sit bones. And slide your right hand down that right leg, connecting, noticing the skin to skin. Reach your left arm up, fold round, bend your elbow, wiggle fingers and toes. Huge breath in here. One more breath. And we'll cartwheel over to the other side. Slide the hand down, Reach your arm up, stretch, reach, big breath in. And once more, allowing yourself a little more flow than usual for fun, because why not? And I think connection leads to flow, and flow leads to connection. Cartwheeling over once more, just letting yourself be in the flow of whatever's out there, the humans that are out there that you might connect with. And when we're connected to our bodies, we tend to move through the world a little more in flow. Coming back upright, if you're on something, slide off of it. And we will bring our right foot into the left inner thigh. Bringing your arms up, twist leftward, fold round, wrap that left hand into the right hip crease, and grab your toe, your calf, wherever you can connect. Fold and drop your head. Breathe. Exhale, let it out. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. Connect to the breath. Massage your insides. Connect to your insides. You may not have noticed them recently. Untangle. We're going to come up into Wild Thing because I enjoy it. But ensure that when your knee connects to the floor, it's in a kind spot. Stretch and open as far as you can. Wiggle, reach the outer edge of your foot into the earth, stretching longer. Huge breath in once more. Stretch the armpit, maybe even squeeze. Stretch so it's a little too stretchy. Lower your hip down, coming upright, and you'll switch sides. We're going to stretch our right leg out, left foot to the inner right thigh. Move the flesh of your seat. Get yourself organized. The transition is key. Reach your arms up, twist rightward, wrap, and grab toes, shin, wherever you can reach. Let your head and neck relax and twist, wrap yourself up. Enjoy the squeezes, the hugs, the internal hugs. Remember to breathe. 2 more breaths here. Pour the breath into these tiny, tight spots that perhaps you haven't connected with. And take a moment to bask in this idea of connection, wherever it might be in your life, being open to it. Untangle, and you'll drop your left hand behind your left hip about 18 inches, drop the left knee, and stretch up into Wild Thing. Let it feel absolutely amazing. Curl, stretch, reach. Let this be a luxurious, a bit effortful stretch. Opening your armpit. Sometimes connection takes effort, and it feels like a stretch, and it feels amazing, kind of like this one, when you open yourself up to it. Or simply connection to yourself. It also feels amazing. Shifting back down to a seat. We'll come into butterfly pose. Bring your heels in. There have been amazing butterflies. It's now raining. April showers bring May flowers. We're having a lot of showers this week. Bring your knees towards the floor and let the energy open up. Notice if you're rounding forward and see if you can connect with your sit bones and the earth beneath you. Wrap your elbows around your chest and grow tall to the sky. Take a moment to pour the breath in. Connecting to your root chakra and the sacral chakra and the creativity, safety, uniquely you, connection energy in that part of the body. That's really the connection center aside from the heart chakra. Well, and maybe the throat chakra. There's lots of ways to connect. Entertaining it all lightly. A little more press down with the knees, letting the energy move. And we'll open our eyes, bring our knees together, stretch them long, and sweep them around to hands and knees. And take a moment here. If you need a blanket for your knees, grab that. And be really kind to your wrists. Flatten your palms, stretch your fingers wide. Notice each finger pad on the earth. Notice your knees, hips width, tops of the feet on the ground. Inhale for a cow pose, stretching your heart forward. Enjoy the connecting fibers in your belly and stretch them. Round, suck your belly all the way up. Drop your head and neck. Arch into cow. Let it be a little bit of flow, allowing yourself to connect with parts of your back and belly that you haven't felt in a while. Appreciating them as you do, sucking your navel all the way up. And once more, let it be the most full, juicy, delicious expression of cat-cow, luxuriating in it. Come back to tabletop and gaze over the left shoulder. Bring your left hip forward in that sassy move, stretching the right side body, trying to connect the left shoulder and the left hip. And switch sides. Right hip forward, gaze over the right shoulder. And we'll do that one more time. Flow from side to side in both directions. Come back to center and enjoy the effects for a moment. Bending your elbows, will come down into melting heart or puppy pose. You'll walk your elbows forward, stretch your fingers and your palms, lower your forehead to the floor, and enjoy the heart coming towards the floor, eyes closed. Connecting with yourself, your heart, whatever you feel here, your armpits. Let it feel good. Invite that energy to shift and move. 2 more breaths here. Entertaining this idea of connection and possibility and what happens with connection and community. These yoga classes have been a way of connecting across the country and across the world. Unanticipated connection. What might you open yourself up to? Bringing your hands back by your face. We're going to curl up into downward dog, but take your time. No hurry. You can adjust whatever needs adjustment before you do. And when you arrive, connect to yourself here, upside down, looking at the view. Walk the dog. Drop in here, as I often say, and dropping in means being in your body, not in your head. Body, mind, spirit, all in one place. Connecting to your body here. What happens when you do that? What do you notice? If you have been walking the dog, come to stillness, lift up your toes, reach your sit bones as high as you can, have a wiggle, stretch your forehead towards the floor. Inhale, fill your chest, fill your belly, all the way up to your rear to the sky. Exhale, lower heels, and enjoy the energy move. Noticing that to enjoy it, you have to let it happen, allowing it, creating space for it. Ground into the ball of your right foot and raise your left leg to the sky, rolling your ankle in both directions. Let your head be loose. And you can bend your knee and stack your hip, allowing the energy to shift, connecting to the palms of both hands and the ball of the right foot. Connecting to the hip, front of the hip. Remember to breathe. Re-square, point your toe. Big breath in, all the way to your tippy toe. And exhale, we'll bring our foot between our hands, cartwheeling up to warrior 2. Drop your heel, cartwheel your arms out, and take a moment here to steady. Wiggling fingers and toes. Pause here and just settle in. Connecting back to your body, connecting to being upright, to where you are in space and time. Flip that front palm up, tip back into peaceful, graceful warrior. Opening up your chest. Cartwheel back to warrior two. Straight your knee, come into triangle pose. Drop down, you can connect to a block or not. And enjoy all the triangles. Reach that right arm up, all the way up. Draw your shoulder back. Let there be lots of connections here. Your toes to the earth, the outer edge of your back foot to the earth. Let the muscle fibers in your inner thighs contract and connect. Gaze upward if you wish. Roll your heart open to that idea of the possibility. And your heart open to connection. What might that feel like? What might the invitation be? Celebrating the connection that your heart already has with whatever. It might be connection to an activity or art or something else. Rising up. Bend your front knee. Come back to warrior two. Gaze over that left middle finger at your drishti, your intention, thinking about connection this week. What might it be? Pivot your foot. We're going to come into warrior one. And you can move the block out of the way. Connect your back foot towards the floor if you can. Draw your hips to face the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, on purpose, drop your shoulders. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop your left hand, reach your right arm over. Open up the right hip flexor. Come back to center. Stretch your arms out wide, reclasp them at your sacrum. Drop your shoulders down and back. Hands connected. Connect your feet to the floor. Each toe, every cell on the sole of your feet. Let your heart shine forward. Connecting here, let your heart lead the way. If you were making heart-centered decisions about connection, what might you bring in more of or celebrate? Who might you reach out to? Or maybe you want to connect to nature or connect to quiet. Huge breath in. Exhale, hinge forward to the inside of that left knee into a humble, peaceful warrior. A bit of a relaxed surrender, except it takes effort, all at the same time. Connect to the soles of the feet also. Reaching your arms up to the sky. Inhale and rise back up. Take a moment here, let things resettle, release your hands, let the tingles happen. And we will fold forward towards pyramid. If you have blocks, connect to them, but they're not needed. Take a moment here to allow the energy to shift and move. And you can decide if you want to half lift up to a half lift or fold or shift your weights and be still. It doesn't matter. If you have blocks, though, I recommend you use them so you can use them for the next thing. Huge breath in. Pour it into your chest, opening up every nook and cranny. As you're more relaxed, there may be more space. And as you are more relaxed, you may have access to ideas about connection, invitations, how it might heal you, energize you, and how would you like to connect people with a heart-centered way? Thinking of my heart necklace lady. Huge breath. Grab the blocks, and if you don't have them, you can not use them. That's okay. You're going to bend your front knee, walk them forward, raise your back leg up to hip height here. Some of you might come into a half splits where you drop your head
but you don't have to. And you can straighten the standing leg if you want. Roll the right ankle. Lots of energy shifting here. And your head is likely below your heart. And if you're on the floor, you can do that too. It's just different muscles will be activated. You do whatever you have access to. Engage that right glute, and with intention, bend the left knee, bring your right foot alongside your left. Come into a forward fold with blocks or grasp your elbows, you choose. And sag. And breathe here. Filling your breath, your chest with breath. Let yourself enjoy the shifts of energy here. You might sway your hips. You might be still. You might lift up all 10 toes or lower them down. You choose to try everything. See what feels good. You might straight one knee and the other. You might straight both. Remember to breathe. Stay connected to the breath. Bend your knees, sag a little. Release whatever you're holding onto. Lower your hands to the floor and unroll. Vertebrae by vertebrae, going up slow, letting things recalibrate and drip down into the floor. When you arrive, pause and enjoy. Connecting to all the sensations. Each big toe, little toe pad on the floor, every cell on your foot. Draw up the energy of the earth through your legs into your belly, up through your chest. So you stand tall, growing the crown of the head to the sky, coming into Tadasana or mountain pose. Noticing here, is it easier to connect to your body with eyes closed or open? You choose. Enjoy it for a minute. You can look at the view if you're somewhere beautiful. Notice the internal view. Noticing maybe here how things look and feel different in this moment. Huge breath in, pour it down all the way through your body into the earth, connecting to the earth beneath you. And exhaling it out the other way. Letting yourself be connected to where you are in space and time. Breathing in, drawing energy all the way up and all the way the other way. Opening eyes. Inhale your arms out and up. We're going to interlace our fingers, send our index fingers to the sky. Have a shimmy. I love shimmying, it's fun. Root your feet to the earth, connect downward, and enjoy a tip one way or the other. You choose what feels better to you here, and then cartwheel over to the other side. Inflow. You might come back to center and go the other way, or you might hang out there. You choose. Come back to center, opening your arms. Enjoy a slight arch back and a gaze up. Bring your hands together, drip them down the front, lowering them to the earth. Inhale for a half lift, let your heart shine forward. Exhale, lower down, and you'll plant your hands, step back to plank here. Top of the push-up. Connecting your body together. Plank is an integrated pose. Everything is working together to hold you. Your core is the center, but even your pinky finger pad, notice everything connecting here. Take a moment, a little extra moment, maybe a little shaking. Remember to breathe. Find your center. Shift forward on your tippy toes, bend your knees, untuck your toes, wrap your elbows in, curl down towards the floor. Chaturanga, connect with the floor and the front body. Let the tops of your feet connect to the floor. Inhale, lift up, let your heart shine forward. Let your elbows draw back to connect to your side body. Gaze forward. Enjoy your lower back. Connect
the fibers there, send the energy there, send the breath there. Another big breath here. Lowering down, curl your toes, press your hands in, and we'll lift up to downward dog. And take a moment here to walk that dog out. You might really walk it with big deep bends in one knee and the other. And take a moment to play with your hips, undoing any kinks or tightness. When you're ready, ground into your left foot, and we're gonna raise the right foot to the sky. Roll your ankle, release your head and neck, let go of any tension. Noticing that when we grip less, we have more connection and more accessibility. Bend your knee, stack your hips, enjoy the energy. Support yourself well with your hands, your elbows, your leg, standing leg. Re-square, stretch into the three-legged dog. Huge breath all the way to your big toe. Exhale, gently bring your foot between your hand and cartwheel up to warrior two. Take your time. Bend that front knee. Ensure that your knee is not in front of your ankle. And you can have a block nearby. Arms straight. Gaze is over the front middle finger, your drishti, where you're headed. Thinking about that in terms of connection. What might you like to grow? How might you like to connect to yourself, the world, nature, community in the same, more, less, different ways? Flip that front palm up, that receptive openness. Tip back, gaze upward, open your front ribs. Breathe. Steady your front toes, your back toes. Huge breath in, filling up your chest with spaciousness, room, clarity. Cartwheel open, back to warrior two. Straight that front knee, shoot your hip back, tip all the way forward, lower down into Trikonasana or triangle. And connect to the triangular shapes and the energy of that. Breathe, draw that left hand back, open your heart space. You might gaze up, connecting to where you are in space and time. Connection is somewhat awareness and also openness. Triangle feels very open to me. Cartwheel back up, bend your knee, come back to warrior two. Move that block, and we're gonna pivot to warrior one. Widen your feet, shorten your stance. Your hips are gonna square to the front of the mat. Reach your arms up. Pause here. Take a moment to steady. See if you can connect your back heel towards the floor. You'll get a nice calf stretch, maybe a hip flexor stretch. Lowering your right hand, tip rightward with the left. Enjoy a bit of a stretch and an openness. Bringing it back up. Cartwheel your arms open to clasp them at your sacrum. Heart shines forward. Draw your shoulders down and back. Take a moment here, letting your heart lead the way. If you can close your eyes, see what happens to your balance. And when you're ready, tip forward, reach your arms to the sky if you want, or you can leave them at your sacrum. Do what works better for your body. Coming into that humble warrior. Softening in, letting go of resistance. Remembering to breathe. Lifting up. Ooh. Find steady when you arrive. Release your hands. Let things adjust here. And you will find your blocks, putting them on either side of that front foot. You might move it a little more medially. Hop your back foot forward. Come into pyramid.
And let pyramid be whatever it is today. Breathe, pour it into your chest and belly. I encourage a little lightness and play with it. See what your body would like. It's here steady, but also enjoying. When you're ready, walk those blocks forward, and you'll raise that left leg to hip height or beyond. You choose. You can bend your right standing leg, reach that left leg as high as it wants to go. You might straighten it then. You might roll your ankle. Engaging your right glute for steadiness. Bend the left knee, lower it alongside the right. We're going to come into chair pose. You might grab the block since you have one and put it between your legs. Sitting down, sinking your hips back. Bring your hands to heart. And you can reach your arms long if you want. Keep them at your heart center. Do what feels good. Let your body dictate, listening to it for once, rather than telling it what to do. 2 more breaths here. Sinking a little bit farther and lower. See if you can shift your weight into your hips and lift your toes up. Lower them down. Release, lower your head, release the block. Let your hips reach up and come into a forward fold. You might have your knees straight or bent and release your back here. Take a moment to do what your back needs, your body wants here. Remembering to breathe. And considering upside down any invitations about connection. Sometimes when we're upside down, we have wisdom and insight that we don't have right side up. Lowering hands. Unrolling to stand in your way at your pace. You can do arms sweeping or just relaxing, noodling up. And when you get there, come into Tadasana or mountain pose. Let it all integrate here. Breathing, settling, wiggling fingers and toes. Opening eyes. And I think we'll come into tree pose. Use your right leg as your tree trunk, lifting up your toes. Send your roots down. Kickstand your left foot. Bring your hands to heart, and you'll slide it up wherever it might like to go. It can go all the way. In an ideal world, don't squish your knee. And when you're ready, grow your branches to the sky. Breathe and enjoy this connection to the wisdom of trees, to the way trees show up for the world. I love connecting with the trees, breathing with the trees if you happen to be outside, or imagining breathing with them if you're inside. Opening your arms out wide, lowering them down, and you'll bring your knee forward and just shake it out. Releasing everything. We tend to hold things, so as you do your release, just release whatever else would like to go. Send that left leg down, lift your toes up, root them downward, kickstand your right foot. Bring your hands to heart, and you'll come up wherever feels good. Below the knee, above the knee, just not on the knee. Connect your thumbs into your sternum, noticing that the connections help steady you. True in yoga and beyond. And when you're ready, reaching your arms up. In your tree, notice how the connection to your breath can steady you. Your connection to a spot on the floor that's not moving can steady you. Connection to your toes can steady you. Thinking about other connections that steady you in life. Bring your hands back to heart center. your knee forward and just have a shake. Pause in stillness. Find your toes, the bottom of your feet. Come back into that Tadasana and let things settle. Close eyes, drop in. Breathing, wiggling toes and fingers. Shrug those shoulders up. Connect your occiput into your shoulders. Give it a massage. Squeeze as absolutely tight as you can. You might squeeze your face and your fists at the same time. Exhale, release, and melt. And take a moment to enjoy the equilibration, remembering to breathe. Nothing equilibrates well if you don't breathe. And we will open our eyes and come to lie down on the mat. You can keep one block nearby if you want, or not. If you want to do some of the poses in a more restorative way, you'll want your block. You can lie down flat or knees bent. Take a moment to connect to the earth beneath you. And notice how it's connecting with you. If your knees are not bent, bend them. Bring your right ankle to the left thigh. Thread your hands through and come into a figure four. Press your right elbow into your right hip. Flex your ankles. And potentially let this be light if that feels good to you. If it doesn't, you can focus on it being still and stretchy. Do what feels best to you. Maybe playing with both. You might roll your ankles here. Draw your left leg in towards you. Press your right elbow into that right knee. Remember to breathe. Connect with the opening. With your hand behind the left thigh, reach your left foot to the sky. Flex your left ankle. Press the heel to the sky. Press your hamstring into your hands. Point your toe. Flex your ankle as much as you can. See if you can allow the energy to move. Point the toe. Enjoy the shin. Point with effort. Flex with effort. Press your heel to the sky. You're flossing the nerve here. Once more, a point and a flex. Bend your knee. Lower your foot. Release your hands. Raise your arms over your head in an easy cactus or a T, depending on your setup. And you'll drop your right foot to the left, coming into a figure four twist. Adjust your shoulders as needed. Potentially gaze to the right if you have room. And remember to breathe. Letting the idea of connection percolate into the cells. Letting it feel good. Any ideas that pop up. We sometimes have our best ideas after yoga or at the end of yoga. Coming back to center, gaze is back to center, knees are back to center. Untangle. And you'll switch, so your left ankle's atop the right knee, thread your hands through, come into that figure four. And adjust yourself, set yourself up well. Flex your ankles, rock. Press your left elbow into that left knee. When you're ready, you can raise your right foot to the sky, flex your ankle, press your hamstring into your hands. Point your toe, floss that nerve. Enjoy the shin here.
Flex your ankle, enjoy the back of the leg and the calf. Press the hamstring into the hands, a little extra energetic shift. Point your toe, flex your ankle. You might roll your ankle, bend your knee. Enjoy a little more figure four here. You might have access to something different now. Release your hands, lower your foot, raise your arms overhead, be kind to your shoulders, whatever they need, and drop your feet to the right. Enjoy your waist. If you have room and it feels good to your neck, gaze leftward. Come back to center. Uncross, and you'll squeeze yourself into a tight ball. Grab your knees, squeeze tight, tight, tight. Squeeze your face. Release a bit and enjoy a sacral massage, rocking back and forth. Come to stillness, come into happy baby. Press the soles of the knees towards the floor, your hands into the soles of your feet into your hands. Wiggle toes, straight one leg if you can, and bend it, and the other if you can, and bend it, both if you can. Come back to happy baby. Bring the soles of your feet together. Heels connect towards the groin. Allow the energy to course through the diamond shape. Release your hands. Let your soles of your feet come to the floor. We're going to come into a bridge pose here, an active bridge first. Walk your heels towards your rear end. Lift up and enjoy the back body stretch. Shimmy your shoulders under you, lifting your hips as high as you can. Engage your glutes, lift absolutely everything up. Untuck, unroll, and melt to the floor. You can do one more active bridge or grab your block and lift up into a supported bridge. You'll lift your hips up, slide the block under, and place your sacrum on the block. Let the blood flow, come back towards your head, and your hip flexors open with the support of the block. And if you're doing an active bridge, enjoy that. Enjoy the tingles in your fingers, your toes. Send the breath to your hip flexors, your pelvis. Some of you might wish to extend one leg and then the other, the runners in particular, gifting some space in the hip flexors. And if your lower back doesn't like it, don't do it. It either feels wonderful or not at all. Neither is better or worse. Bend your knees if they're straight. Pause here, and if you were in an active bridge, just lower down and allow yourself to settle into the earth. One more breath here. Picking hips up, slide the block out from under your sacrum, unroll to the floor. And allow yourself to land. Bring soles of the feet together, knees apart. We'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles connecting, soles of feet connecting. Connect a hand to heart and a hand to belly. And take a moment to connect to the wisdom of the heart, the wisdom of the belly. Maybe inviting wisdom around this idea of connection.
What would feel good? Are there spaces you might like to try out, move into? Places you could put yourself where you would connect to others, nature, your body. Maybe you need to be in quiet to do that, or maybe you do that in community. Maybe you need a little of both. Letting your knees flap open a little wider. See if you can wiggle your feet to a position where that just happens naturally. Connect with intention back to your breath. And you can stay here for Shavasana or stretch into a traditional Shavasana with legs stretched out long. Taking a moment to settle in, connect to the mat beneath you, the earth beneath you. Connect to your breath. Allow the earth to hold you here, to take care of you while you rest. Let go of control of your body. Let go of control of your breath. And allow yourself to rest. For a few moments here, nothing to do, nothing to sort, simply to integrate and let whatever happens within your body happen, trusting that it will serve your highest good. Shavasana. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle fingers and toes. And enjoy coming back into your body with a delightful stretch, reconnecting to being awake, being aware, and consciously directing your attention to what feels good. Rolling over to one side when you're ready. Pause there for a moment. Reconnecting to awareness of the outer world. Perhaps reconnecting to this intention around connection, whatever it might be. And when you're ready, come back up to a comfortable seat where you might reconnect into that Shavasana state with your seat grounded, bringing a hand to heart, connecting to the wisdom of your heart, another hand atop. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. May we all move forward exploring connection and the possibilities and beauty that it brings. The light and love in me reflects and honors the light and love in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank
Thanks for practicing.